Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder. Today we're diving into NL Industries' annual report, and let me tell you, it's a bit of a wild ride. This company has a history that involves lead paint, environmental cleanup, and some interesting financial dealings. Get ready because it's not always a pretty picture, but we are going to decode it for you. First off, let's get to the main headline. NL Industries had a really good year. They reported a net income of $67.2 million, which is quite a turnaround from the loss they had the previous year. To know how significant it is, in 2023, they actually lost $2.3 million. So what caused this dramatic shift? To understand the company, it's important to know what they do. NL Industries operates primarily as a holding company, meaning they own controlling interests in other companies, and that's how they operate. Their main interests are in component products, through their company Compex International, and also in the chemicals industry, through their holding in Kronos Worldwide. Think of it as a big investment fund that owns other businesses. Compex makes engineered components, meaning that they design and manufacture parts that end up in other products. You might find them in postal boxes, recreational vehicles like boats, office furniture, and even medical equipment. Kronos, on the other hand, produces titanium dioxide, or TO2. That's a pigment used to make things white, bright, and opaque, and you can find it in everything from coatings and plastics to paper and cosmetics. Now let's look at how these two are doing, and for that, let's understand where their money comes from. Compex saw their profits drop, earning $17 million compared to $25.4 million the previous year. This was due to lower sales in both their security products and marine components divisions. In short, not as many components being sold at higher prices. However, Kronos had a comeback, and NL Industries' share of their profits was $26.4 million, a massive improvement from a loss of $15 million the year before. So their comeback meant NL Industries also got a boost. While all of this was happening with the two main companies, NL Industries also had an unusual gain. They received $31.4 million from settling a long-standing environmental issue. Remember that wild history I mentioned earlier. NL Industries used to be in the lead pigment manufacturing. So that was a big plus that was not consistent year to year and helped them out for this year. Of course, there are always risks to consider. The company talks about several factors that could affect their future performance, including supply and demand for their products, raw material costs, and global economic conditions. Competition from other companies is a big one, as is the potential for new tariffs or trade disputes. And since technology is key to operations and cybersecurity becomes ever important, and a failure there may hurt operations severely. Looking deeper into Compex, a key challenge for them is to keep innovating and finding new applications for their products. Their marine components business relies on the recreational boat market, which can be unpredictable. For raw materials, they are exposed to price swings with things like zinc and steel, and it's not always easy for them to pass those costs on to customers. And with Kronos, the availability and price of raw materials like titanium ore are very important. They have contracts with suppliers, but of course, those contracts need to be renewed, and costs and quantities change on a regular basis. Then there's the acquisition of the rest of Louisiana Pigment Company, which could bring benefits but also integration risks. And remember, NL Industries relies on dividends from their subsidiaries to operate and pay their own dividends, so anything that affects Compex and Kronos trickles upwards to NL Industries. Speaking of trickling upwards, legal and environmental issues are always a concern. NL Industries still faces potential liabilities from their past lead pigment manufacturing, as well as ongoing environmental cleanup efforts. The TO2 market is competitive, and prices can change with different levels of demand. As the report notes, Chinese competitors and global economy can greatly affect it. There may be tariffs and other policy measures that may affect profitability of NL Industries and the TO2 that Kronos makes. And for environmental, social, and governance topics, since environmental responsibility has become more popular over the last couple of years, Kronos has been trying to make it part of their actions. One last thing to note is that technology risks and cybersecurity breaches are real threats. While nothing major has happened yet, they're definitely on the radar. So what's the overall picture? There's a lot to take in on this report, many potential dangers and things that could go wrong. NL Industries made a comeback year after some troubles with market shifts and internal integration, while having a long-standing and diverse business operations. The positive is there have been no cybersecurity attacks or environmental liabilities that had a material effect. At the current moment, NL Industries seems well positioned, but this is definitely a company where past issues have the risk of re-emerging. Thanks for watching Corporate Decoder. If you found this analysis helpful, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more deep dives into the world of corporate finance. And if there are any specific companies you would like us to decode, please leave them in the comments.